Hi, Kayla.
Hi Karen, how are
How
you?
are you?
I'm good, thank you. Are you?
I'm very well, yes, thank you. And welcome to my interview platform. It's a while since I've done one of these, so you're the first person back now with me talking about fasting. So I'm just going to introduce you and I'm just going to tell people the name of your page and then we'll talk a little bit about fasting. So
Brill.
the Kayla or Kayla Fitness Fasting is the name of your page.
Yeah.
So you reached out to me a while back because you were starting to do the same thing as I had done, fasting and trying to promote it in a positive light. So we just talk a little bit about your journey and how you discovered fasting.
So how I got into fasting was I just had my second child, which was Lucas, and I'm not going to lie, I did put on quite a lot of weight when I had Lucas, and I gradually over the months after having him just got into a very, very dark place. And to start off with, I did go for a low carb diet, and I tried that for the first few weeks of after having Lucas, and it just wasn't sustainable. I was craving more. I just felt like it was so restrictive, and I wasn't enjoying myself,
Yeah.
and it just made me feel so much more worse. So
And were you
whilst I was
weighing yourself? Were you weighing yourself at that
every
time?
day, every day, every
Mm.
day, which is just so unhealthy. I mean, I call it the sad step because there were days where I'd feel great, but majority of the time it just the weight was going back on, so it made me feel even worse, which meant I went back to eating unhealthy foods again. So it was through doing this low carb diet that I did come across on a Facebook group about intermittent fasting, and I'd never heard of it before. So after hearing about it and seeing some of the groups on Facebook, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a bit more research on this. And as I started researching more with how popular it actually is, and it's not really spoken or heard of a lot. I mean, like I say, I've never heard of it, none of my friends or family had. And starting to read it, it was to me a bit of a no-brainer. I thought, not only is it
It's
going
so
to help with this
simple.
weight loss, but yeah, it was all these health benefits as well. So I thought, I'm just going to give it a go. So that was how I first got introduced by it, was through groups on Facebook. And then once I started it was just life changing.
How quickly,
Sometimes
how
I feel,
quickly did you feel the benefits? How soon did you feel the benefits?
well, it took a few weeks to get going. I had to really, really commit to it. And, I'm one of these people, I'm quite patient in my work, but when it comes to something like weight loss or something like that, you sometimes want to expect fast results. And I found with intermittent fasting, I was going to have to work and be patient. But I would say within the first, 2, 3 weeks of just being consistent, I was starting to see results, and the weight loss was gradually coming off, but it was more the how I was feeling
Feeling.
from being in such a dark place. And like I said, I never felt like that with Eva, being such a dark place, and to start feeling happier,
Happy.
and then to start seeing the weight loss coming off and sleeping better. It was just it was just making me, like, uplifting me. It was literally uplifting me. And even though, like I say, it was like a pound or every £2 every week, it was just like gradually coming off. It wasn't like a drastic weight loss, which
Yeah.
I found with other diets. Like, as soon as you lose a lot of weight quickly, give it, going back to how you eat, like old ways, you just gain it all back on again. But I just
And
found it was just
did you change your relationship with food at that point, or did you just when you started fasting first, were you focused on the fasting? Did you focus on the food? Did you focus on the exercise? Did you do it together? Because you work out as well. So did you
yeah.
so did it all happen at the one time for you, or did you concentrate first on your fasting, then introduce your workout, then look at your food? Or what way did that work for you?
Yeah, so when I first started, my first aim was, I had basically took a look at my lifestyle at the moment. What was I doing? What was I not doing? And how could I improve? So obviously with the fasting, I knew what schedule I wanted to do from doing all the research. I knew I wanted to do 16/8, but I knew that just didn't mean eating how I normally ate. And I knew that if I wanted to feel better and help with the weight loss, I was going to have to do exercises as well. So I focused on the intermittent fasting, chose my schedule, and then I looked at my diet, and I was so bad. I had a really, really unhealthy relationship with food. You know, with Lucas, like I said, it was very unhealthy cravings from really fatty foods and chocolates, crisps, all the things
Handy,
that,
convenience.
yeah, just quick and easy and just not good for me healthy wise. So I looked at my diet and knew that I had to change my diet. So we started looking at introducing more vegetables and more protein into my diet, which, it was hard to begin with. Um, but as the weeks went on, I actually found that I was enjoying the foods I was eating. It was making me, not only did it look good on the plate, it was making me feel better as well. So once I then established my schedule, the food I was eating, then I
Yeah.
incorporated some days. So I always thought cardio, hits, all those like cardio exercises were the only way that you could lose weight. But then as I've done more research, I'm more of a weight trainer now. I do that 3 times a week now and do the odd bit of cardio as well. But it's just opened up this whole
Yeah.
new world to me, which I
It's
never experienced. And I never thought 7 months ago I'd be as happy, as healthy, and how much I enjoy fitness and the exercise and everything that comes with fasting.
Yeah, it's lovely. And can I ask you, how did you find fast and fit in with because you're a young mom and you have a husband, and how did you find that fit in with your schedule? Because when you're cooking for your children or you're cooking for your partner and then you're cooking for yourself or nights out or snacks, or how did you find, in the beginning it's hard to adjust to that way of life.
Oh yeah, I really, really struggled, and I'm not going to sit on here and say, oh, it was a breeze, because it really wasn't, and I had to really, really commit to what I was doing. I had to be consistent and show up every day, and I always used to, when I started, I decided on what was my why. Why was I going to do this?
Yes.
Why
Yes.
have I started intermittent fasting? Why do I want to lose the weight? And it all came back to my children. That's what it all came down to. So I incorporated, I've gone off track a little bit. So I
You're
did sorry.
No, go on. Yeah, you did it for your family and for your children. That's
I did
why
it for
you.
my family. I did it for my family and for my children, because it was just getting to a point in life where I was unhappy all the time. And when I started and when we was doing the meals and everything, it was so hard, because in the morning I would wake up with my children, I would give them breakfast, and going from having a breakfast to then not having it, and then you're giving your children these cocoa pops and giving them toast and things, it was so hard not to
Hard.
just pick something off the plate and not want to have a little nibble here and there. So it did take me quite a while to adjust to,
Yeah.
adjusting to eating at 12 o'clock. The
And
hunger.
your window is 12 to 8, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. would be the
Yeah.
window that you've chosen. And do you find that the progress gave you more motivation to continue when you started to see the results, when you started to feel better and you could see your body leaning out? Did that kind of make it a little bit easier for you, do you think? Or was it still as
Oh,
hard?
yeah. The beginning, I would say, was very tough, and adjusting to it was hard. And I was one of these people. If whatever diet I was on, my husband had to do it, and if my children could eat the foods that we were making, like Eva would eat it as well. Um, so yeah, it was. I found it quite hard to begin with, but as time went on,
You enjoyed it.
it just started to adapt, and I was enjoying it more. I was getting, it was kind of weird. It was getting exciting to the point where the hunger went, the cravings went, and then it got to 12 o'clock. It was like my brain knew that
You're going to eat.
it was 12 o'clock and I was going to eat then. And I knew that I didn't need to eat the breakfast that I was making for the children. And now it is just second nature. I
Yeah.
come downstairs, make them breakfast, and
You
I
don't
just
even think
know,
about it.
no, don't even think about it. And I think as time goes on, you start all those. it's like bad habits that your brain
Yeah,
is used to, and it starts to adjust, and it starts to realize that no, that's not when I eat now. I eat at this time.
yeah.
And it is hard to begin with, but you do adjust,
You
and
do get
it does
used to it.
get easier. Definitely, 100%.
What bit of advice would you give to anybody who's thinking of fasting? If you look back when you started in the beginning and somebody had said something to you, what would you like to say to somebody else who's only thinking about it today now? Do you know what? Maybe I'll try this.
The one thing I would say to them, and it was something that I wish I had when I started, is try not to be distracted by other people's opinions and what you see online. Because, a lot of my friends were saying, you're starving yourself, it's unhealthy, you shouldn't be doing it, you're getting a bad attitude towards food,
Food.
so you're never going to have a breakfast again. And then also even on Instagram and Facebook and social media, I see people doing like fitness coaches and personal trainers saying that fasting should be avoided, and
Yeah, we get a lot of stick. We get an
get a
awful
lot of
lot of stick.
stick. And I
Yeah,
think sometimes I think no, like go and educate yourself, go
yeah,
and read what's out there, and you will actually see scientifically it's proven to be a lot better for us than what people are making out. So I just wish I had, I call it like a fasting friend, someone at the very beginning that I could just ring up or chat to, say I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling like I want to eat, I want to do this, and just, am I doing it, is it,
is it working? Am
am
I
I
doing
doing
it
the
right?
right
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes, like, meeting yourself, I just think, why didn't I just meet someone like you at the very beginning? And it probably wouldn't have been as hard if I just had that support system
Yeah,
around me.
that's what we need. We need more people like me and you that are putting the word out there, speaking about the positives instead of the negatives around fasting.
Mm,
And the more positive, like there's nothing negative about fasting. You feel great, you look great, your energy's great, your relationship with food improves, your relationship with yourself improves. And these are the things that people don't realize. And I say this to people all the time: a progress picture can't show you your mental health and can't show
no.
you how low you felt inside. The only thing that can express it is the smile on your face. And even sometimes that doesn't come across in social media. People think it's fake or it's this or it's that.
Yeah.
And just one other thing then, if you had to pick your favorite food, have you changed your relationship with food? Do you still love the things that you used to love? Would you still go for a takeaway? Would you still, have cravings? Or what do you think now about food? What would a treat be to you, say?
Oh, a treat. To be honest with you, and I'm going to be deadly honest, doing all like the low carb diets, Weight Watchers, Slimming World, counting calories, you name it, I've done it. I do find with intermittent fasting, it's just being mindful about what you eat.
Yeah.
So, I do choose all those healthy meals during the week, but if I wanted at a weekend, so for instance, this weekend I am going out for a meal,
Out.
there will be things that I will do to ensure that I can enjoy that meal as much as possible.
Everything.
I will not cut back on anything,
No.
because a lot of people do think with intermittent fasting, restricting yourself from a social life. You can't go out for a meal, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I'm going out this weekend and I'm going to go out for a meal and I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to have that glass of wine, I'm going to get a starter, a main and a dessert, and I will
And it
not
will
feel
be the
guilty about
nicest
it.
meal. It will be the nicest meal because you'll appreciate it and enjoy every bit of it.
Exactly. To the point where, 7 months ago, anything like a takeaway or, just having a chocolate bar, it would automatically make me feel guilty.
Yeah.
It would bring me down. I would, just be really hard on myself. Whereas now, I think, do you know what?
You
I've
deserve
worked
that.
hard for
Yes.
this. I've worked really, really hard, and I'm going to enjoy
Enjoy it.
myself, because I do find with intermittent fasting, it is a sustainable way of life. You are not restricting yourself from anything. You can still have a social life and enjoy yourself, and the benefits, you're losing weight and you're gaining a hell of a lot more benefits as well as the weight loss. It's just, the whole package is just worth everything.
So, Kayla, are you gonna fast for life?
Yes, 100%. I've even, I was speaking to my friends, and a lot of my friends, after seeing like myself, and I do think I talk about it every day, because I just want to spread the word, because I just can't believe I've never heard about it before,
And
and
how
it is
easy
so
it is.
exactly, and it is so life changing. And you know, like I think I put it in my post the other day, like I'm a happier person to see, do you know, my children coming up to me and saying, "You're happy now, mummy." I feel like I'm getting a bit emotional.
Oh, that's so nice.
You know,
That's priceless, though. That's no amount of money can pay for that. And for you to be able to say that, and your kids are still so young, to be able to recognize that in you, that's lovely.
I know, to say that you make me laugh. I never thought 7 months ago
That you'd be able to do that.
I'll be here. I'm happy. And I think, you know, people think, oh, for life, that's a big commitment. But to me, it's a no-brainer. It's
Why would you
helped
go? Why would you go back? Why would you go back to the way you were previously?
Exactly. I don't want to be that person. I'm fitter, healthier, happier now than I have ever been in my entire life. And I think, why would I want to change what I'm doing now when I'm literally feeling on cloud nine every day? Why would I want to go back? Why would I want to go back to those ways? And like I say, it's not only changed my life, it's literally changed my children's, my relationship with my husband, and just
it changes your relationship with everybody. It changes your relationship with everybody.
It really, really does. And yeah, it's just,
well, you look absolutely amazing. And for anyone that's not following your page, go over and follow it now, because you post daily, the same as myself. And it's always something different, something inspirational, something positive. You know, you do your bits about your family, your workouts, your fasting, your food. There's a bit of everything in there. So guys, go and follow the page. And it was lovely to talk to you. And I'm delighted that you're getting the word on fasting out there. And maybe we'll do another little interview in another time.
yes, definitely. I've loved it. And I just want to say thank you to you, Karen. Honestly, you've been so supportive and everything through these past few weeks whilst I've been on Instagram. So I appreciate everything. And
I'm happy
you
to
know,
help.
you are my inspiration. Honestly,
Thank
you are.
Thank you. Well, it was lovely to chat to you, and I shall see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon, Karen. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.